everyone, Pete Winarski here. I am here with Karen McGregor, my dear friend and also mentor. Karen is one of my speaking mentors. And Karen, you're just an all-around cool person to hang out with. So let's just lay it out that way. How's that sound for you?
Well, thanks for having me on your show, Pete. And definitely you are one of the most cool persons to hang out with as well.
So it sounds like we've got a good show. If you're listening and like hanging out with great, fun, cool people, then you're in the right spot today. That's absolutely true.
I knew that I needed to know the how. And this is true for many of us as entrepreneurs because we're so smart and we usually do well in life. We often forget that just because we know something about one area of business or of life doesn't mean that that's transferable to another area. So I had to swallow my pride and say, yeah, I am smart. I work hard, but I need help. I don't know how to do this thing called speaking, monetizing speaking. So I learned from 5 different people. And really, because I'm so intuitive and heartfelt, some of it didn't align with me because I
Hmm.
really wanted to be, in my truth, in my authenticity. And so after that, things went so well that people started asking me, teach us how to do this, bring somebody in. And so I had 3 people that I was going to bring in. And every one of them canceled for different reasons. It was the weirdest thing. And suddenly my intuition came and said, you have to teach this. And
Hmm.
at first I thought, oh, no, 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 no. That's for someone else. I'm happy doing what I'm doing. But I realized that everything up to that point that I had done and failed at, everything that I was now good at, was the perfect ground for Rock the Stage, which of course you took, and is a training that I absolutely love, and it supports people.
Hmm.
So that's really my journey into that whole area of recognizing that speaking is a business. It is a business unless you are making it a hobby, and that's fine. But we do need to treat our businesses with systems, with structures, with an understanding that there's certain elements that need to be in place and how to do that. So now, Pete, as an entrepreneur, whenever I look at something I don't know how to do, I go to the person that's doing it really well, and I learn from them. And I think that's the key for all of us as leaders is learn from the best of the best and swallow your pride, because that's the way you're going to really influence and get ahead in life. But
Hmm.
not, I don't mean get ahead personally, but get ahead in terms of, we all want to leave a legacy. It's
Yeah.
very hard to do, right? If we don't have that how to, that those steps and systems and processes.
And there's the legacy, and there's also the challenges that will come. Every step of the way, there's some new unforeseen thing, and that inflection point that you described, after the 3,000 people experience, and there's a lot of mini inflection points almost every single day. Certainly for business leaders and entrepreneurs, you've got the next curveball that you didn't see coming. What do you do with it?
Yes, and I remember my very first book that I wrote. I've now finished my 3rd, but my first book, I interviewed 37 entrepreneurs from across Canada, and one of them, Brian Scudamore, who owns 1-800 Got Junk,
Mm.
and now I think he also has Shack Shine, which is quite popular. I remember him saying to me that the secret to his success was that whenever he had a hurdle, he would have like a team of people, just that he wrote down their names and their contact information, and some of them were so well known or so busy and important, so to speak. I say that jokingly, but that it was hard to get a hold of them. But he said that 90%, so 9 out of 10 people, even when nobody knew who he was would help him out.
Mm.
And if he had a question, he'd call them and say, what about this? So if it's a small thing and you need advice, that's another thing, is who are some people that you can dial up and just say, hey, what about this situation I'm going through?
Right. Yeah. Building the community. And that's really what you did with Rock the Stage. And that's what, clearly before building that for others, it was you living that experience. So congratulations.